Hello, greetings. This is Zahra Jawad-Radha on YouTube. There's another channel of mine, Munir Zahamunira, and on Facebook I'm Zahra Laila Jawad. So I'm going to talk about this very confusing to some people verse, some Muslims, Nur, Surah Nur, Ayat 33. Like, yes, it doesn't say there that prostitution is haram, but it should have said there. Why? Because there's some open condition. There's a place for bringing these slave girls, getting them into prostitution under consent. That's why. Otherwise, you know what the Quran is saying, and I know what some Sunni Muslims say, that alcohol, it doesn't say haram in that verse there. But, okay, even if God didn't say prostitution is haram, we can make out from Surah Arafah and then go above the verses. So this is very, very dodgy. Very difficult to prove to my Shias also. They would want to catch me here. And I've considered everything, right? But why does here, okay, if it doesn't say, if it doesn't say prostitution is haram, do not force your maids to prostitution if they wish to lead married lives, or chaste if they wish to remain chaste, in order to get the benefits of this world. But if someone forces them, surely God, after their forced helplessness, for He is forgiving and kind. First of all, I looked at this because you see, if someone forced them into prostitution, they would definitely be forgiving. I mean, there's no forgiveness, no question of forgiveness for them. And if they are feeling guilty and all this, because the environment, it is inevitable sometimes that we have, loose men and men coming after us, and the environment if there's a lot of this prostitution, it is inevitable, like living in a vulgar environment, to become vulgar. It affects us. So then we feel, maybe we feel guilty that we were the ones who allowed this. So we shouldn't feel guilty. God could have said, you do not need to feel guilty about this. But what kind of forgiveness is this? Ghafur Rahim? Ghafurun, yes it is. This one thing. The reason why I say that, they would counter-argue me on this. They've become smart now. He has granted you, and do not compel your slave girls to prostitution in order to seek the fleeting benefits of the life of this world while they desire to remain chaste. So I've done this several times. I'm only saying that the point they would raise would be that, prostitution is not haram, but you told your friend, ex-friend, about alcohol, that indecent acts are haram in Surah Arafah. Okay, then we come to Surah Nisa verse. Surah Nisa, I think it is the number 4 verse. Surah Nisa, verse 4. We come there, I go there, and we both can see is it 4? If you fear you might give women you wed their due dowries graciously, but if they waive some of it willingly, then you can enjoy it freely with a clear conscience. Here it says clear conscience. I mean, there in Surah Nur it could have said they are, be clear conscious. Have a clear conscience. It wasn't you. No. So I was looking for that word, not allowed to you are married women, but those. Where is it? I mean, the Quran, some of the Allah commands you regarding your children. Where is it? You will inherit half. Sorry. Hello, yes, it's Surah Nisa, verse 24. How can I forget? Also prohibited are the women already bound in marriage, except the bondwomen you come to own. It has been written by Allah for you. All women, except these, have been permitted for you to seek to marry. Now you see what it does. Because all women except you. Very confusing. Again, I'm going to do this. Again, I'm going to start from the beginning. And prohibited are the ones who are married. Of the women, except whom you possess rightfully. This is a decree Allah upon you. This is the decree of it, and are lawful to you what is beyond that. What is beyond that? So, and you seek with your wealth, desiring to be chaste, not to be lustful. Lustful. Okay, Masanatu and Masahabina. To be lustful. So what? You benefited of it from them? So you give what benefited? The bridal due? An obligation? There's no sin on you concerning you mutually agree of it from beyond the obligation. Indeed, Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. So, dower as obligated, there's no sin on you in what you mutually agree. Through your wealth, binding yourself, except these have been permitted for you to seek to marry through your wealth, binding yourself in marriage, and not only for lust. Yeah, so it says no lust here. Wedlock other than in fornication. So you see here in the beginning it all looks good. All looks good afterwards, but here in the beginning it says, and women in wedlock are forbidden to you except what your right hands possess. Shias will say mutta, but what the Shias have missed here is that these other than yours. What? You're not doing mutta with married women, are you? right answer. So, oh my God, what is this? Excuse me. This has to go to some captive women whose husbands have been caught in the battle. So they are from the kuffar, disbelievers and mushriks. And so they've waged a war against you, and you can take their women even if their husbands are there, and do bond women. You come to own them. And women in wedlock are forbidden to you, except, condition. See, again, a condition, except, there's an exception. See, again, there's an exception here. Here there's an exception, there in Surah Nur, Ayah 33 is a... Do you see the exception here, or am I going insane? And we were told, अमानत में खयानत नहीं करना, तो आपके हुजूर ने इधर सूरह, जब हम जल्दी जल्दी जा रहे हैं, इसे कि बहुत देर हो चुकी है. It's been very late now. 1400 years have passed. How could our Shia ulamas miss this? And then cry for Bibi Zainab's chadar. What happened in Yazid's darbar. So then we go to Surah, which one was I saying? Hello, yes, Surah Azab, verse 37. Oh dear Prophet, oh dear. Ahmad Raza Khan, remember when you said to him, upon whom Allah has bestowed favor, and you had bestowed favor, meaning the dear Prophet had bestowed favor, keep your wife with you and fear Allah. And you, meaning the dear Prophet, kept in your heart. Do you see in your heart what Allah willed to make known? And you feared criticism from the people. And Allah has more right. Now He's fearing criticism with dear Prophet. Our dear Prophet, your dear Prophet. But, and my dear Prophet, what? So I don't mean to be condescending, but we will add some comedy to it. Shocking. So, what? Keep your wife. And we were told that Zaid's wife, Zainab bin Josh, didn't want to marry Zaid. Or that, no, it was under the suggestion of Prophet Muhammad, but that's not what it is. We Shias were... What it is if you go in verse 36 and then go to the Shia commentary, multilingual Quran. What it is that she was forced to marry Zaid. And she said, I'm not of his status. So Zaid came and was perhaps, that she doesn't get along with me. Keep your wife to yourself and fear God. This is like, you can see that this is not an honest. You're telling Zaid, he'll go to Zainab bin Josh. Zainab, we're already told in Surah, before we got married, Rasulullah, whatever Allah and Rasulullah give you, take it. Don't deny it. Obey. Believers obey, and Rasulullah, meaning what he orders you to do, you must do, and then you must maintain that if you are true believers. No, okay. Do you get what I'm saying here? And okay, 30. We're going to 36. See, 36 says, and it is not for a believing man or a believing woman to have any choice in their affair when Allah and His this messenger, dear Prophet, have decided an affair for them. And he decided for Zainab and Zaid bin Josh. Oh, Zainab bin Josh and Zaid to get married, right? This verse came and then Zainab had to marry Zaid, we are told, from the Shia account also. So, have decided an affair for them. And whoever is rebellious, disobedient to Allah and His Messenger, indeed strayed into a plain misguidance. Misguidance manifesting, what does this mean? Gone case. It means gone case. After you have accepted the messenger, whatever, if he tells you to get married to a bungi, you must get married to a bungi. Bungi is the toilet cleaner and all this dirty job. Low class. Sorry, I mean I have to say it like this, right? And his noble messenger, Ahmad Raza Khan, and no Muslim man or woman has any right in the affair. Muslim? Not Muslim, believing. Does it say Muslim or does it say believing? Mu'minatin, mu'mineen. My goodness. Mubina, yani clear, dalilan. Faqad da'ala, dalilan, mubina. Yani open misguidance. Straight into a plain misguidance. Manifest. Oh, so you see all these mistranslations. So are you a Muslim or a Mu'min? And all this. Please, you're having our, this thing. You're making me go insane here. In my mind. Excuse me. Thanks to the Westerners who are opening our minds. Now the Shias in verse 37 of Surah Azab, they said that, no, Surah Najm, he does not stray, he does not speak out of his desire, and only what he says what God wants him to say. But then in Surah Tahrim also, why did he again listen to seeking to please? Wait a minute. So he was, no, wait. What these people did, these wives, Surah. So you get my point, or Tahrim, what these two wives, mischief, they did mischief. O Prophet, why do you ban something that Allah has made lawful for you? Seeking to please your wives. Razi Allah, you know, like this. Allah be pleased with this Sunni saint, Allah be pleased with that Sunni saint. Or, you know, like that, religious, Sunni religious. Allah be pleased with Mufti Taqi Usmani for doing a great job for translating the Quran. Dr. Ghali Abdul Halim, Yusuf Ali, Alauddin Mansour, French translation Muhammad Hamidullah. O Prophet, and Sahih International. O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful for you? Seeking. So Prophet knew that this is prohibited, this is allowed. No. Yeah, this is allowed and not prohibited. Allah has prescribed the way of absolution from your oaths now. And Allah is your, not now, but it's like Surah Tahrim verse I've reached 2. And so amanat mein khayanat yani to take someone's to betray someone, to amanat mein khayanat, cheating. So do you detect no, you would not detect any tone or any note here, message that Prophet Muhammad in Surah Ahzab with Zaid has done amanat mein khayanat, cheating Zaid. And Prophet, why do you prohibit what God has made lawful to you in your desire? Now I just don't know, I can't complete that sentence. To please your wives. Yet God is forgiving and merciful. Remember, if he is Rasulullah, they are Ummul Mumineen. Allah has prescribed the way of absolution from your oaths. And Allah is your protector. See, do not make your oaths like doing, like deceiving each other. Do not take your oaths so lightly. There's another. Okay, wait a minute. Do not take your oaths lightly. Do not take your oaths lightly. Quran ayat. Seeking. And do not take your oaths as means of deceit between you, lest a foot slip after it was once firm, and you would taste evil in this world for what people you diverted from the way of Allah. And you would have what? What's the purpose? Because then your foot will slip, evil will take over you, and then you would misguide the people. Oh my God. वल ये कुरान पाक है वल oh ho. This is Quran ayat. Allah does not take you to task for the oaths you utter vainly, but he will certainly take you to task for the oaths you have sworn in earnest. Oh, Surah Maida, this is another one here. No, wait, first Surah Maida, verse 89. So I know, excuse me, I've considered all these things. Surah Nahl, verse 94. And do not take your oaths as means of deceit between you, not a foot slip after it was once firm, and you would taste evil in this world. Do not take your oaths as means of deceit, whose speech pleases, and of the people is his. People is his, whose speech pleases you in worldly life, and he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart. Yet he is the fiercest of opponents. Excuse me. Surah Baqarah, ayat 204. And of the people is he, whose words you admire are in the life of this world, and God bears witness to what is in his heart, while he is a thief. So remember Rasulullah, what he did? This is describing the hypocrisy of Rasulullah. So I missed something here and I missed something there. Do not take your oaths as a means of deceit. In Surah Azab they say, he was a husband. So then why are you bringing the personal husband and wife? This is thing. Because, excuse me, because he was an example. And if you want to husband together, wife, kit on his head, then he say, because we have to follow the sunnah of the Prophet, right? So the example came for husband and wife through the Prophet. So that's why the Prophet, I think, do you think the Muslims are one Shia Sunni and anti-Shia Muslims? Quranists also. So, and where is it that he deceives people? Prophet Muhammad, that you are seeing here, Surah Baqarah ayat, giving it to him. And of the people is he whose speech pleases you in worldly life. Worldly life. And he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart. Yet he is the fiercest of opponents. Again, Rasulullah did not even bring Allah to witness when he made Zaid his son. We are told it is from the, maybe you will find it in your, this thing. Where? Commentaries and things, right? Multilingual Quran, I found it. It has come through Imam Muhammad al-Baqir. My Imam, 5th Imam. 12 verse 5th Imam. And of the people is he whose speech pleases you. But I don't think this will. Surah Baqarah. And of his people, and of the people is he, it should be, whose speech pleases you in worldly life. Well, about worldly life things. And he calls, yes, you see, Rasulullah told the people there that I'm making Zaid my son, and you all be the witness here. He made the people a witness. And here we are told about hypocrites that he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart. So if you see the movie Muslim ibn Aqil and the Umayyad side, or the Umayyad side until Imam Hussein's time, yes, you will see both of them are saying Wallah al-Azim, or by God, both of the sides. So when Muslim ibn Aqil was called to the Caliph ibn Ziyad in Kufa, both of them say Wallah al-Azim and all this. And of the people is he whose speech pleases you in worldly life, and he also calls Allah to witness. My. This will be very difficult too. And do not make your oath by Allah an excuse against being righteous and fearing Allah and making peace among people. This is exactly what, don't you think, if we apply it to Surah Azab verse, like, and do not make your, or Surah Tahrim, being righteous and fearing Allah, God-fearing. But the Prophet was not God-fearing, we are told. He was fearing the people because he had made them a witness. And now Allah was saying, no, you can marry the divorcee of your, well, then, yeah, your adopted son, because he's not your blood son. He's not your biological son. Fearing Allah. And do not make your oath by Allah an excuse against being righteous. Do you think that, okay, maybe, no. Do you think that, no, I have to, do you think that a Muslim, a Quran and Allah would encourage this kind of thing between husband and wife? Huh? No, I swear. I'll never go to Zainab bin Josh or sleep according to the Sunni hadith, which now they say it is not reliable. It is weak. Okay. So reject it. But okay, let's say it is because of this kit, that Aisha or whoever was jealous of Rasulullah going to Zainab bin Josh's house. So she concocted that a story that when he comes back, that this food that you have or this honey that you have, and this, I really, it smells. You smell badly going to Zainab bin Josh. So then one day he says that he's like, and then why did the secret go to Hafsa? I don't know. But the one wife told the other wife, you know, Hafsa, he smells, and also when he comes to you, tell him that you smell bad when you come from Zainab bin Josh. And then you can fool him like this. Ah, really? Do I smell bad? Hmm. Can you do this to a prophet? And then Allah told him about the secret that was divulged from one wife to another. But that thing which he could have said, oh, you too. Now, as a husband, I know that you are lying against me, right? There's no smell. I know you two are jealous. I know Aisha is jealous and has told Hafsa, not you two, but Aisha is most jealous, or one wife, let's say, is most jealous, whatever the hadith says. Or we just even guess what that thing is. Now, Rasulullah is not such a childish husband. Not childish, but such a low category husband. So immature. Just say that I know that you must be jealous. Every time I go to Zainab in Josh's house, just enjoy my night there with her, you tell me that I'm smelling bad. And I know that both of you are conspiring against me. And then on this, why does he need Allah? They were not going to kill him. If you two do not desist. Yeah, and we know your hearts are inclined to hurting him and all this, annoying him. We will bring Allah, know that Allah is with them. Allah's help, protection. Moreover, and Jibraeel, and moreover the righteous among the believers, and moreover the angels. And this, it goes on like that. So you can read Surah Tahrim, right? Sometimes Surah Azab, I was saying Surah Azab and I meant Surah Tahrim. So sorry about that. So I want to just correct myself. Somewhere I did say this, repeating Surah Azab, and I was talking about Surah Tahrim verse. Somewhere in the video some time ago. Okay, so what would you say about this? Do not make your oaths. So today verses, quranverses.com, thank you so much. And quran.com, thank you. Surah Maida 89, which there are many but guard your oaths. You cannot just make an oath like, say, do not swear. The reality of your obedience is known. Surah Nur mein, what? Surah Nur ayat 53. And they, the hypocrites, swear by Allah on forceful oaths. And they have sworn by Allah the most earnest oaths, that indeed, in case you command them, indeed they will definitely go out. Say, do not swear. He recognizes your failure to obey. Beneficent obedience is better. Surely Allah is ever cognizant of whatever you do. And they swear by Allah, strong, jahda, strong, it's just strong oaths, their oaths that, they ought, this is it. Sorry, I need a break. I feel so terrible. Excuse me, thank you, Quran.com. What ayat is this? Surah, I did say it, Surah Nur, ayat 53. I have to go. Thank you very much.